Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today basically we'll be learning how to draft a skirt with zip contouring and ass sitting. The measurement I'll be using is my round waist measurement, which is 32, my round hip measurement, which is 42, my hip length measurement, that's from my waist to my hip, is 9 inches, and my knee length measurement, or basically my full length, that's the length I want my skirt to be at, is 20 inches. Knee length is 20 inches. Then my round knee measurement is 38 inches. And your nipple to nipple measurement for your dart, nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. So it's for my dart. Now let's get down. Now I've folded my pattern paper into two, but I'm not using the folded edge for the drafting. I'm using the open edge for my drafting. So basically any measurement that I'll be taking from will be coming from this end towards the opposite end. Now let's start off. I'm going to start off by taking 2 inch inward from this edge that is open, not on the folded edge. Now I'm going to take in 2 inches all the way down to my pattern paper, as you can see me doing. Now I'm marking my 2 inch down my to the end of my pattern paper. Now I'm just going to go in with my curve ruler and extend the 2 inch line that I drew before. So as you can see me, I'm extending the line. Now from my starting line, which will be serving as my waistline, I'll be taking the knee length of my skirt, or the full length probably, which is 20 inches. So I'm just going to mark from this waistline down to 20 inches, which is my knee length measurement. Now, I will extend the line firstly. I will extend the line all through. Then I'll be adding extra 1 inch allowance from the end of my skirt. Now, this 1 inch is for your lining turn up, or basically for your lining, so as to avoid your lining showing up on your skirt. So I'm just going to take this 1 inch all the way down and extend it with my curve ruler, as you see me doing. So I'm just going to extend the line back into the 2 inch I drew before. So basically this is the length of the skirt I'm working with. I'll go ahead to erase the 20 inches that I've done earlier, so as not to get confused while drafting my skirt. Now I'm just going to actually divide this 2 inch that I placed earlier while starting. I'm going to divide the 2 inch into two. 1 inch will be serving as my zip contouring, and 1 inch will be serving as my ass sitting. Now basically some of us will ask, is it necessary for ass sitting and zip contouring while drafting a skirt? The answer is yes, because um fashion is actually taking a new turn, and people are actually inventing ways that will be easier for them to get a perfect outfit. So I'm just going to extend this line all through. Now this ass sitting helps your butt to sit perfectly on your skirt. Now, I'm not saying that the formal process we do use for our skirt does not come out nice, but truth be told, there are some times that when you draft your skirt or you sew a skirt for a client, you end up noticing that your skirt that your butt is not sitting perfectly the way it's sitting, or that the skirt is not giving your butt enough space to show out the size and the curvy aspect of it. So that's the essence of this ass sitting and zip contouring. Zip contouring is for your zip to sit perfectly. Now, after dividing these 2 inches into two, 1 inch for zip contouring, 1 inch for ass sitting. Now, the first line outside there will be serving as the ass sitting. Let's identify it so as not to misuse the lines, and the second line will be serving as our zip contouring line. Now, basically, this is it. The first line are sitting, the second line zip contouring. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to take my hip length measurement from my waistline or my starting line. Now, my hip length measurement is 9 inch. The length is 9 inch. So I will actually mark 9 inch from my waistline all down. Now, note that we are drafting the front and the back skirts together in one paper. Now, I'm just going to extend the hip length line all the way down to my drafting paper, and also on the zip and zip contouring and ass sitting line, I will extend the hip length all the way down as you see me doing. Now, after this, basically, the next thing I'll be doing is to divide my nipple to nipple measurement into two. Now, my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4. So, I'm going to actually impute the 4 inches for my dart measurement. Now, note that any measurement that I'll be taking, whether my round hip, round waist, round knee, will not be from this beginning of the paper. It's actually going to start from this 2 inch line that I gave out earlier for the ass sitting and zip contouring. Now, every measurement now is going to start from this line and not from this edge. It's going to start from this line. Now, the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, I'm going to mark it starting from this line all the way down to my hip length. As you see me doing, I'll mark it all the way down to my hip length. Then I'll use my curve ruler to extend the line in a straight way. Now, the benefit of actually drawing your dart on your pattern paper is to avoid visible dart on your fabric. Now, on the nipple to nipple line, I'm actually going to go in and out by ½ inch. I'll go in and out by ½ inch and connect the line back into the nipple to nipple measurement line. Just watch as I'm doing. I'm just going to take in this ½ inch with my curve ruler, or if you have a straight ruler, and connect it back into this line. Now I'm just going to do the same thing for this side. Now, after I'm done with the dart placement, the next thing now is to impute our round body measurement. Now, our round waist is 32, just like we have earlier. Now, our 32 divided by 4 inches is actually 8 inches. Now, remember I said every measurement will be starting from this line. Now, I'll place my 8 inches on the line to get my round waist measurement. Now, remember we've already taken out 1 inch for our dart. Now, if I should actually impute 8 inches directly on the waistline. When I close up this dart, my round waist measurement will be shortened. So I will actually add extra 1 inch to my normal round waist measurement, which is I'll be going out by 9 inches instead of 8 inches. So that even when I close up the dart, I'll still have my 8 inches there, which is my normal round waist measurement. So from the 9 inches I gave, I'll add extra 2 inch allowance. Now on the hip line, I will divide my hip measurement into 4, which is 42 divided by 4. 42 divided by 4 is 10 and a half. Now I'll place the 10 and a half on this line, not on this starting point line. So this is the 10 and a half. I won't add extra 1 inch because I did not take out half inch from this dart that I placed on the line. So I'm just going to go with the exact 10.5 inches. Now I'll mark it down and add my extra 2 inch allowance on the hip line. Now I'll go down to my knee length and take my round knee measurement. My round knee measurement is 38, sorry. 38 divided by 4 is 8.5. So from this line too, I'll take my 8.5 inches plus 2 inch allowance. Now always remember to take your client's round knee measurement because all sizes are not the same. Gone are the days when we use the normal pattern, you subtract this. Quite all right, it might work, but not for everybody. So always make sure you take your rounding measurement. Now, the next thing to do now is to connect this line. Now, watch closely how I'm going to work with my curve ruler to get a perfect curvy shape for my skirt. Now, I'm going to place this edge at the end of my skirt full length. Now I'll make sure that this curve ruler is actually touching the measurement I've taken for my round knee and also touching the measurement that I've taken for my round hip measurement. As you can see, I'm making sure that the curve ruler is connecting the lines. Now I'm just going to use my pencil and trace or connect the lines together, just as you see me doing. Now after that, I'm going to turn my curve ruler upright, making sure that this angle is pointed upwards and this curvy edge is at the hip line measurement to get a curvy shape. Now watch the way I place my curve ruler. I'll make sure that the waist measurement line I marked earlier is actually connecting with the round hip measurement I marked earlier. So I'm just going to use my pencil tool and connect it together. Now this is all we have. Sometimes you notice that if you misplace your curve ruler, you get a pointed edge here. Now once something like that occurs, the only thing you just have to do is to blend and make sure you get a curvy part. But on my case, the shape is looking okay, so I don't have to blend anything. So this is basically it for the curvy part of our skirt, and the measurements are ready. Now the next thing we are to do right now is to go over to the zip contouring and ass sitting. Now for the zip contouring, which is this second column we have here, I'm going to go out by ½ inch on the waistline. As you see me doing, I'll just go out by ½ inch here on the waistline. Now on the ass sitting column, I'm going to go out on the hip line by ½ inch. This is the ass sitting column and this is the hip line. So on this exact hip line, I'll be going out by ½ inch. Now the next thing I will do is to connect the ½ inch on my waistline, which is in the zip contouring, and the ½ inch on my ass sitting, which is on the hip line. I'll connect them together just the way I'm doing right now. Now when I connect these two together, I will now have to join this ½ inch I have at the ass sitting back into the line that divides the ass sitting and the zip contouring, this center line. I'm going to connect this half inch back into this line. Just watch the way I'm doing. If you're getting confused, I'll just make sure it enters back into that line. Now, so basically this is it. This is all for ass sitting and zip contouring. I've joined the zip contouring half inch to the half inch for the ass sitting. Now with this half inch that has been taken in and out of each of the column, you're going to get a perfect shape for your skirt. You won't see your zip bulging or your ass sitting uncertainly where it's not supposed to sit. Now the next thing we are going to do on this pattern paper right now is to close up our dart. Now I want you to pay attention. While closing up your dart, you don't close up your dart from this angle, from the angle of the zip contouring and acetylene. You close up your dart from the side of your measurement to avoid your measurement getting shortened. If you close up from this angle, your measurement might short, but if you close up from this angle, you notice that your measurement remains intact. Now we are going to close up our dart. Just look at the way I'm going to fold up this half-inch that I got from the other side of the measurement. I'm just going to close up. I'll pick it up, just watch what I'm doing, and fold it back on the other half-inch facing towards this side. Now I've actually placed it on it and make sure that it is closing perfectly well. So I'm just going to use my gum to actually make sure that it's in place. I'm just going to use it and hold it down. So I'm just placing down the dart to make sure that it does not leave its place or where it's supposed to be. Now, while doing this, you might want to be careful so as not to disarrange your skirt pattern. Now, as you can see, we are not even done cutting yet, and we are already seeing a space where our ass will sit on our skirt. So let's just cut this off and see how it looks like. Just cut directly on the lines that you drew earlier. Now remember, I told you that we are cutting our front and back piece together. So for the zip contouring and ass stitching, just watch the way I'm cutting out. From this line I placed in before, I'm just going to follow suit to the way I drew the zip contouring line and the ass stitching line. So basically this is just it. Our skirt is ready. Our skirt is ready. Now I want you to notice something. There is a space for our ass to sit on. While cutting on your main fabric for your front pattern being on fold, the next thing you have to do to use the same pattern for your front and back is to actually fold in the zip contouring and the ass sitting. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm just going to fold in this line inside to cut my front skirt being on fold. I'm just going to fold it in. Now with my material on fold, I'm just going to place this pattern paper on my fabric to get my front skirt this way. Now after you might have cut your front skirt, now for your back skirt, you will unfold your zip contouring and your ass sitting space. You unfold it this way and pin it to your main fabric and cut your back piece. So that's all for this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye.